It's rewarding in the fact that it was a huge play to help us win. I seen it develop the whole time, and wanted to just try to put some pressure towards the rim, and I caught Tim Duncan kind of peeking at me a little bit, and I was able to find CB in the corner in one of his favorite spots on the floor, and he knocked it down.
Here in the front.
LeBron, because you beat the Spurs in the finals last year and won 2 in a row, do you think seeds of doubt creep into their minds, especially late in the game in the fourth quarter?
Well, I mean, that's not our concern. All we worry about is what we can't control, and that's just how we play the game, how we approach the game, both physically and mentally, and live with the results.
Ron, what made you decide to take on the scoring duties in the third quarter, and then what made you not try to win it on your own in the fourth?
I just play the game, try to play the game the right way, and however the flow of the game is going, I just try to impose my will in some kind of way, either scoring or rebounding or assisting or defending, put my teammates in position to succeed, and I was happy in the fact that I was able to make some plays to help us get the victory tonight.
Mark?
LeBron, you dressed a little bit differently tonight than you did in game number 1. Can you talk about the decision process and how that affected you on the court?
Didn't affect me at all. I've been going with the longer tights throughout the playoffs. Decided to go with the shorter ones today. I don't know. I was watching game 2 of our finals appearance versus OKC in 2012, and I didn't have long tights on in that game, so that's why I didn't wear them tonight. Just a little crazy on my part.
And how big did the basket look to you? You hadn't taken a jump shot until the third quarter. How big did the basket seem once you started putting that up?
For me, once I get into a good groove, I feel like everything is going to go in. Obviously, it didn't. I made a couple shots in a row and then missed the elbow jump shot over Tim, and they made a run after that. So, but for me, I just try to make plays out there on the floor, and like I continue to say, put my teammates in position to succeed, and then I live with the results after that.
Back right. LeBron, Joe Goodman with the Miami Herald. What got you going in second quarter after your slow start in the first quarter?
I just continued to attack. I had a slow start, but all my misses was in the paint. My first miss was a shot over Tim and Thiago. I missed it. I missed a spinning, layup in the lane. I missed a banker over Tony Parker. And, I just got off to a slow start, and then I drove the lane, got my foot tangled up a little bit, and threw up a wild shot, and I started 1 for 5. But, I was very, confident in where I was getting on the floor, and I just had to stick with it.
And then after those 2 offensive rebounds in the second quarter, how physically drained were you? Because it looked like you asked to come out of the game.
Well, I mean, for me, at that point in the game, I was tired. I got 2 offensive rebounds, was able to go back up with them, put some pressure on their defense, and Spo was very, very consistent and great with his adjustments today. As far as the personnel, in and out guys, in and out, and when I asked to come out, he took me out, and then I was able to go back in.
Ken, over here.
LeBron, after what you were dealing with the last 48 hours, at what point in the game did you know that your legs were there for you and were going to respond? And did you do anything else differently to try to make sure you could get through this game?
I didn't really try to think about it too much. One thing I did do differently this morning, I took a 8 a.m. yoga class at our resort that we stayed at outside. It was me and 3 other people, and also a little kid, but he didn't want no parts of it. So that's probably the only thing that I did differently today.
I assume that was not hot yoga.
Nah, it started to rain a little bit this morning. Actually, about 8:35, it started to rain.
Standing in the back right.
When you were able to come out of the game tonight, how did it feel to have some air conditioning?
Mentally it didn't. I didn't want to even think about it too much. What happened on Thursday was Thursday. you know, my whole focus was how was I going to help this team, you know, even the series up, and you know, just try to make some plays.
LeBron, you dominated from the perimeter in the second half. Was that an adjustment you made at halftime from what you saw, or did you just take what the defense gave you, essentially?
I mean, it wasn't an adjustment. You know, in the first half, you know, I got into the paint, made some shots, got some rebounds, put some pressure on their defense in the second half. They backed the ball for me, and I shot it. And, you know, it was that easy for me in the sense of don't overthink it, you know, and you know, they give me space, I shoot it. You know, they get up on me, I try to drive and make plays for me and my teammates. So, you know, they're going to make adjustments, obviously, going into Game 3, and I have to do it as well. But, you know, I don't want to cloud my mind too much with what they're doing defensively. I want their defense to react to what I'm doing.
Brian, all the way in the back.
Hey, LeBron, in the last couple days, have you had any fans send any remedies, things to avoid cramps, things of that nature?
I've heard it all. I've heard it all, and but I stay with my plan. I mean, our training staff and our medical team, we do a great job of you know, just doing what we usually do. We didn't want to complicate things, and you know, I think the 2.5 bags after Game 1 of IV definitely helped me out a lot, and you know, like I said, I didn't try to think about it too much tonight.
LeBron, after Tim and Tony missed those 4 free throws, you scored 5 straight. In a situation like that, when a team misses an opportunity, do you smell blood a little bit and try to be more aggressive? What were you thinking there?
Well, I thought it was a tough call to start it off, you know, with Rio, you know, getting the flagrant one. I think it was an inadvertent elbow. I didn't think it was intentional. So Tony went out, he missed 2, and then, you know, Tim went up and missed 2 as well. And just want to capitalize off you know, their mistakes, and you know, just try to put some pressure on their defense. We got some great looks. We made them tonight, and you know, but the biggest thing for us, we got stops as well when we needed it, and you know, that helped us win this game.
David, right here.
LeBron, you talked the other day about how scrutinized you are in living in this fishbowl that you've lived in for a long time. Just wondered what has helped you kind of cope with that, what's helped you kind of deal with that and live with this kind of altered reality that you had?
I got a great supporting cast around me that allows me to vent at times, try not to hold it in. And I also understand at this point in my life what's important and what's not important. And what's important is my teammates. What's important is my 2 kids at home, my wife, my family, and my friends. That's what I can control, and that's what's important to me. Obviously, the game of basketball has brought me so much, and I love to play this game at a high level. And you know, without this game, you know, I wouldn't be who I am today. And but I also know what's important, and you know, everything else kind of just fall by the wayside.
One of the things a lot of your teammates have said is that they've had to learn just not to care about what's said about them or criticism or anything like that. Do you also have to kind of push all that to the side?
You have to. It's very difficult at times, very challenging. But you know, for me, you know, I'm here and I know who I'm playing for and what I'm playing for and what I stand for. You know, not only as a basketball player, but as a man and as a role model. I know what I stand for, and you know, to be able to put an NBA uniform on every single night with my name on the back, knowing where I come from, you know, lets me know that I've done something special. And you know, I just try to give back to the game as much as I can while I'm here.
Last 3 over there, and then Jeff and David here.
Simone Bridges from Black Sports Online. LeBron, can you just talk about how big Rashard Lewis was for you guys tonight? You know, he's a player that hasn't played a lot of minutes this season, but he's been stepping up really big for you guys.
Well, Rashard has been huge for us ever since he's been inserted into our starting lineup, you know, from the Indiana series. He's been in this position before. He's been to the finals with the Orlando Magic. He's been in huge playoff games. And his experience and his ability to knock down shots helps us out a lot. It spreads the floor for us. And, you know, every time he catches the ball, we always tell him just to shoot it. Don't think about nothing else besides shooting the ball. And we live with his results.
David in the front.
LeBron, David, Miguel, Fox 39 Sports. Talk about the importance of keeping them out of the paint down the stretch of the game, not only tonight, but also for the games going forward.
Well, I think that's a key going into any game. You know, when a team lives in the paint, it just puts so much pressure on your defense, and you know, it allows, you know, paint points obviously, but you know, when guys get into the paint, you know, it shrinks the defense, and they get to kick out for their threes, which they did a couple times tonight. You know, Danny Green had one, Tony hit one, Patty Mills had a couple. You know, and we got to do a better job of just kind of shrinking the floor, not allowing them to get into the paint. They will. They will get into the paint some, but you know, as much as we can limit it, the penetration, it'll help us out a lot.
What has to continue as a whole offensively then, defensively, so you guys can have more success the rest of the way?
Well, obviously, I mean, for us, offensively, we want to share the ball and not turn the ball over. You know, we're a team that shoots the ball extremely high from the field, always been very efficient offensively. We get ourselves in trouble when we turn the ball over. It doesn't allow us to set our defense where we're really good. We're a really good half-court defense, solid defense, pick-and-roll defense, and you know, offensively, when we're solid, we don't turn the ball over. We're going to.
All right, so LeBron, a big game. The Heat have tied the series at 1 game apiece. We'll have